I sound like one of those podcasts. If your wife even or partner is getting up at 6 a.m. and shaving themselves, this boy needs therapy. People love using therapy as a savior for all grace, but have you been to therapy? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Reddit video. Today we're going to be on the relationship advice subreddit. I know there's loads of craziness going on in this subreddit, so I thought, why not go in and see if we can give some people some advice. Now, the first one that's caught my attention is this one. It sounds like an absolute wreck. I'm sorry for whoever's going through this. No proof, but 95% sure my 39 male domestic partner, 30 female, is sleeping with her boss. What do y'all think? Me and my partner have been together just a little shy of 10 years and have a 2-year-old son. We've had problems in the past, but after she started working this new job at a cafe, everything really seems to change. We haven't had sex in over a year. She actively avoids spending time with me no matter what I do, and even went as far to break up with me, but wouldn't sign the papers to dissolve our partnership. Instead, she just broke down crying and still treats me like a man in every regard but intimate or romantic. At the same time, she texts her boss all day, every day, sometimes till 1 a.m, and I even come home to them on the phone, which always comes to a close the second I come home. She talks to him more than me at this point, but what I find the most suspicious is now she takes care of herself when they're going to be together. For example, today they're going Coffee Fest alone for the second time. She got up at 6 a.m. to shower and shaved all over, and I mean all over, lotioned up her legs, picked out some of her nice panties, and spent 30 minutes looking for nice matching socks. Then 10 minutes after leaving, she let me know her phone was going to be dead. What do y'all make of this? Update, apparently her phone isn't dead yet, since she's now sending me vids of the conversations 5 hours later, trying to prove something, I guess. Either way, guys, I'm done. I was in denial and I really didn't want what's best for my son. I really did just want what's best for my son. I tried to be a good guy and good father. Guess we really do finish last. That sounds terrible. If your wife even or partner is getting up at 6 a.m. and shaving themselves and doing it with pride as well, it doesn't even sound like, she's hiding it or anything. It seems like it's pretty obvious what she's doing. It probably is what you think it is. I was gonna argue, before I got to the update part, I was gonna argue that maybe she's trying to get your attention, as in she might be trying to make you jealous. Some women will do that, but it's sounding to me, like she's obviously up to something. And then not only is she doing it, I think she's obviously trying to prove a point to you or something. And I don't know why, I don't know how it got to that, but that just sounds absolutely terrible. And then it's also weird the fact that she's not willing to fully break up with you. Like you said, she's probably just using you for all your goods and whatnot, and then running to Mr. Boss Man for the other stuff, if you know what I mean. But that just sounds like a wreck. I mean, this person, Minty Fart, said it pretty clear. She's just keeping you warm. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's probably just keeping you around just in case. Because as far as she knows, that the boss, so to speak, could just be playing her around. And she doesn't want that insecurity of not knowing if she goes full out for the boss and then the boss doesn't give her anything, where's she going to fly to, right? So she's keeping you around until then. What makes this really bad is obviously you got your son in between of all of this, which must be horrible. I can't imagine, especially at the age of 2. I'd recommend, if you're gonna stop it as soon as possible, just so that when your child's that age, it's better to end that stuff now rather than later, I'd say. But that doesn't sound too good, does it? Let's see what else we can find. My boyfriend cried when I told him I'm going out in the weekend. Female 26, male 37. We were talking about plans for the weekend. I said I'm going to a party with my friends. I'm an introvert, so I haven't really gone out without him. In the 6 months we've been together, he's got kids in the weekends, so I can't join. We were cuddling in bed and he just lied on his back and went silent. I asked what's wrong. He said he's not going to be able to sleep. He had tears in his eyes, said he's having really bad PTSD and is worried about me going out because I'm going to the same bar he caught his ex-wife cheating at. I just said, so I'm not your ex. Then the rest of the night he kept asking me all this stuff, but what are you going to do if a guy hits on you? What if you find someone else? I assured him I won't entertain nobody and told him he needs to seek therapy if his PTSD is this bad from his ex cheating. He said he's had therapy and there's nothing that helped. What can I do to help him? He said if we live together he'll worry less about me being disloyal because I'll show him I'm committed, but I just feel like it's too soon. He does things like this all the time and it's getting frustrating for me, but not enough to end it. I really don't want to. I just want him to get help. That sounds like, yeah, it sounds like he's gone through it. 37 male with a 26 female, I'd argue that, as a woman, you're still pretty young, right? So there's going to be freedoms and such which you still expect to have. Well, not expect to have, you should have, period. So for him to be crying is crazy. I get he might be traumatized and such, but if it's going to stop you from going out and things, that's a level of manipulation. And I can imagine a lot of people agree saying, oh yeah, he's trying to stop you from doing this, stop you from doing that. But it's not even like he's not actively stopping you. He's just really, really scared, which means that he must be insecure in himself. And I guess the only thing you can do in that is A, reassure him, or B, think about if you really truly want to stay with him. Because if you think it's too soon to do anything, if you think it's too soon, how long are you going to feel like it's too soon? And he's probably thinking the same, especially as he's there approaching his 40s and whatnot. I can imagine his if not more stressed than you, because he doesn't want to be wasting his time. But let's see what other people had to say. You're not responsible for regulating his emotions. I'm assuming his ex-wife lived with him, so why would that make a difference? It won't. He needs therapy and he's broken. Yeah, I mean, people always throw this word therapy around, but I agree that therapy is not going to necessarily solve everyone's problems, Nothing. He has to have his way. It sounds like he'd rather manipulate. You see, this is what I mean. People are going to throw the way around the word manipulate. He might, as much as we like to think that he may be trying to manipulate the poor girl, he might be genuinely hurt, like genuinely just responding like that. That might just be his attitude, and people don't always look at the story from that kind of side. And I can understand why, but it's always good to look at both sides of the coin, right? He's being controlling and isolating whilst using PTSD, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I knew a lot of people come for that. I get it. It does seem manipulating, but if he's genuinely crying and it's genuine, it's coming from somewhere, and it seems legitimate, then he probably genuinely needs help and probably isn't actively trying to manipulate you. He's probably just hurt and afraid, like he's saying. My boyfriend is threatening to break up with me over a TikTok I liked. Is this okay? Probably not. Last night I got sent a screenshot from my boyfriend of a TikTok that was in my liked column on my TikTok page. It was a picture of a Barbie with the caption, "I'm all healed now. Send me the exact same guy again." My sister had sent me that TikTok the night before because she's in a situation like that, and I also thought it was funny. He told me he was looking through my likes and reposts after he saw the TikTok I reposted that concerned him. It was a post about a girl being jealous over a guy having a slutty weights and her being built like a wheat pillow. All he saw were the words waist and guy, and he had to go look through my likes and reposts to make sure it wasn't a repetitive thing. After I told him that was a weird thing to be doing, he then went on and accused me of cheating on him. He said that his ex used to like and repost unfaithful memes like that, and she ended up cheating on him. I tried explaining to him that it was a meme and that I haven't done anything leading up to this to suggest I am doing the same, but he didn't believe me. I got upset with him after he accused me of cheating and then going behind my back to find evidence. I tried admitting that I overreacted about being accused, but he's still dragging out the argument. It's been 24 hours and we are still arguing. He's now saying he doesn't understand why I'm upset and that I shouldn't have liked that TikTok in the first place. He says he doesn't want to waste his time and energy over something that leaves him blindsided, especially behind his back. Is that okay? I've added the meme I reposted, the top one, and the meme he's angry about, the bottom one here. Let's take a look at these. So this is what he's upset about. Yeah, he seems a little bit insecure, doesn't he? I hate using these words like insecure, this and that, but I think when it comes to liking content and stuff like that online, I don't see it as a big deal, because people like things so blindsidedly anyway, even though you guys should like this video. Like when I like something on Instagram, it's never heavily thought through, as in like it'll like pass through my mind once and then I'll be like cool, like, and move on. I'm not gonna remember it. It's not like I'm holding on to that one meme. It's like cool. And I'm sure you can relate, and obviously he can relate, but probably just doesn't realize he can relate. And then, like I said, it looks like a matter of insecurity. In that situation, I'd probably just be like, look, if you're gonna be behaving like that, mate, and I can't use social media, we're gonna have to be finished, because that is crazy. I think commenting might be a bit another story. Like, depends how far you're taking it. A like is like the most minimal engagement you could have with a page, right? Other than viewing it. Once you're commenting, maybe sharing it or saving it to your favorites or something, then it might be more of an issue. But the fact that you're liking it and it's getting upset, especially on TikTok, I can only imagine the amount of likes you may have on your TikTok page or whatnot, then is not feeling all right. Let him break up with you. He's no loss. As much as he's doing this, if and threatening to break up with you, he probably won't do it. Or if he does do it, he'll come running right back and be like, I'm sorry or whatever, because he'll realize it's stupid. Things like this, they'll do it in the moment and they'll get angry, and then they'll break up with you, and then they'll come back around the corner. Give them 24 hours, give them a week, I don't know, but they'll realize what they did was stupid, and they come back, and then that's it. And I think that's what they're saying, like, let him do it. Like, like, if he genuinely fully ends a relationship over that, he's genuinely got something wrong, right? Or there's other things. But what I'm saying is that he'll come back round, as in it's probably just messing about, but it is childish nonetheless. And you need to figure out if you want to deal with that, because if it's happened once, it will happen again, and there'll be other little things which will get to him that will make him threaten to leave you, and then it just goes in a cycle, doesn't it? My ex is like this. 3 years of me being in the most toxic, isolating, miserable, abusive, degrading relationship before he literally dumped me for a girl he was cheating on me with. Yeah. This boy needs therapy. People love using therapy as a savior for all grace. But have you been to therapy? I haven't, and I've been told I need it. Is it true that men rarely receive compliments? Yeah, that's very true. I heard this recently and I thought it was sad. Whether it's a family member or a guy I'm dating, I'm trying to make men feel in life feel special. For context, I recently complimented a guy and he told me he appreciated it because he rarely gets compliments. Compliments? What's that? Literally. I'd argue that a man will get a compliment maybe once in a blue moon or something, and when you do, it does mean a lot because you hold on to it, you know. There's times I was complimented years ago that I still remember. I remember one time someone asked me if I was a model or something, and that made my day, or made my year, or made my life by the looks of things, because I'm still holding on to that. But yeah, compliments are rare for men. I wouldn't say it's sad, because it's kind of like you don't expect it. Especially not the way some girls expect it. Some girls think it's a standard, or will go out their way to try and attract a compliment. Like they'll go fishing for it. Yeah, that's why I don't consider it sad, because it's not like we're looking for it. I'd argue, but yeah, it definitely is rare. Did I just get manipulated? My girlfriend and I were together for 3 years. We broke up for 6 months. She had deaths in her family that made her shut down emotionally. After a few months, I found out about another guy pushing her for a relationship, and she spent a lot of time with him. Fast forward to the point, the other guy was always on social media every day, always streaming on Twitch, Facebook and Instagram. My ex-girlfriend, who I wanted back all this time, is on holiday with her gay best friend in a cabin in the woods. My ex is exchanging messages with me. I casually mentioned that the other guy isn't online for the past 24 hours, which has never happened before. I asked, is he at the cabin too? Her reply was, let's get back together, which is something I've been asking her about for months, but she didn't want to. I need advice. Was I just manipulated because he's there too and she's guilty? Seems pretty obvious the guy is there. Say okay and ask her to come meet her at the cabin. Watch her freak out and say no. Yeah, that sounds crazy. I don't even fully understand. She's probably with the guy. But to be honest, first of all, I don't know how you even recognize that someone's online that much. You must be paying pretty close attention to this other guy. But girls will move. Honestly, the thing about a lot of women... I sound like one of those podcasts. But like something that I recognize is that it can go two ways. She can literally be manipulating you and seeing someone else completely, or she can literally be manipulating you, or a girl could manipulate you in a way where it makes you think that they're seeing someone. Like they'll move the story to make you feel a certain way, as in, if they want to make you jealous, they might not necessarily actually go and do something, but they'll make you feel or think that they are. And then, it's vice versa. They'll try and avoid it completely when really they're outside moving reckless. There's no like in between. It's one extreme or the other. This sounds like it's pretty dodgy. Yeah, she's probably not on holiday with her gay best friend in a cabin in the woods. I don't think that's what's happening right there. That sounds a little bit... Yeah. Well, that's going to be everything for this episode. I hope we've given out some great relationship advice. Not that I'm any kind of connoisseur or anything. But yeah, don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. And we'll see what else we can get up to on Reddit. Peace.